Good morning. This is a site plan review committee meeting for June 25th, 2019. Committee members present today are Dana Brangiaforti, our city assessor, Ben DeCristoforo, building inspector, myself, Frank Stringy, city planner, Paul Cheever, deputy fire chief, Mark Locke, plumbing inspector, and Paul Argenzio, DPW superintendent. Also Joe Maglione, assistant superintendent for water and sewer. The first item on the agenda is 551 Park Ave. Two-family.
Okay. We need to do our name and stuff? Sure.
No, just to explain what you,
Yeah.
the address and what you're doing.
Actually, there's a mix-up on the address. I have 551 and 553, but we believe it's 551 Park Avenue.
Yeah.
And what we're proposing is to build a two-family house. There's been a change in the plan. The engineer that drew up the plot plan didn't realize the fact that there was a visibility problem by providing the parking on the right.
Yeah.
So what we did was,
Yeah, I spoke
we're
to Jack.
changing it over.
Yeah, I spoke to Jack Russell, John, and explained to him it has to be changed to the other side.
I missed that one myself, Frank. I showed this to Benny prior, and he said there's a problem, parking on the right, visibility. So, not knowing that, I informed, Mr. Massey, who informed Russell, and Russell must have called you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Everything else in the packet, I'm not aware of any changes except for that. No, there isn't, Joe. Right.
Coming off Park Ave or
That, I wanted to ask Joe, Paul.
Yes.
On the utilities, would we come off of Madison or Park? Probably
It's totally
Madison.
up to you.
Show it coming off Madison.
It would be less
Less of a disruption.
invasive to
Yeah.
come off of, right.
You'd be the long side on Park Avenue.
Right. Yeah, 'cause they wanted me to ask that question.
Depends on where you go with the utility.
Now, you're looking for two sewer laterals or one?
Is it gonna be?
It's not a condo. Oh, no, I have to clarify that. If it's condo, you want two, correct?
Correct.
Right.
It's gonna be,
Two family, one.
two-family can go one, but they, has to be written in, the thing is, if they try to sell it as separate units, there will have to be a separate store model line put in.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
It's have to be written right in the
Yeah,
deed.
that's fair,
It's a standard up and down.
right.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody buys it and tries to condo it, then,
Look up.
right, exactly.
So, John, one thing the plans haven't reflected the change, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. I didn't, they didn't have that kind of time, but on the submittals for the permit, the plans will be changed.
Yep. Who's 553?
Nothing in the back, right? No raised back. The plans show on the side, which would be the phosphate side, right?
Right, if there's anything in addition, there would have to be an addendum to the plans. They'll have to,
It looks like the second means of egress would be on the right-hand side. That set of stairs.
well, everything would be reversed.
Yeah. And you only allow a 3x4 landing with a set of stairs, encroaching to that 5-foot setback.
I thought it was up to 20 square feet, 4 by 5. 3x4?
Yeah, it meets code.
That's fine, no, that's fine, that's fine.
Okay, it's pretty standard, you meet all the requirements.
Right, like I say,
Fairly level lot.
yes. The idea of having the parking on the right-hand side was because of the retaining wall. Now they're proposing to do work to the retaining wall to do the reverse. That's the only reason why they parked, but they weren't informed about the visibility.
Okay, any other questions on this one? You guys all set? Yeah. On the other side. They reversed it here.
That's correct, right?
Yeah, that's
Right.
correct.
Oh, that's right?
Yeah, they had it the other way around, they can't park 20 feet with it. We had to move it over.
Paul, they're gonna
Used to be a
renovate
garage
that
there.
whole packet, but they didn't have time, so what they did was they put together the actual plot plan.
All right, John.
All right.
You get a, this has been uploaded, you get a site plan review, proceed from there.
So John, there's no common space, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
If, from what I understand, it's gonna be a two-family and not I don't know, unless they change and then they have to work it out.
It's not set up that, it's a one-bedroom. It's a
Exactly.
standard,
Right,
yeah. You're all set.
okay.
Yeah.
So what? Well, I'll work that out for you. All right.
All right?
Yep.
Okay, 175 Brad Street Ave. Hi Sherry, come on up. How you doing? Yeah, so I know the history of this property. It's in two families, built as a two-family prior to zoning, and they really shouldn't be here. They're just gonna go for a building permit, get legal occupancy of that second unit. So what the building inspector will give you a packet of the steps you have to follow. All right, floor plan of both units, and
That was done because it was started in 2014, then he stopped doing it.
stuff. So you have everything started.
That was started, he had this expired,
Oh, let me see that, let me see that.
it was signed off on, I guess, he
Yeah.
wrote some notes here.
All right.
And then-
Did fire department sign off on the original one?
So we submitted him plans signed by Chief Doherty,
Okay.
and then the floor plan plans were done, and then.
So the permit has expired, so basically just upload all this documentation right to your new account, your new
So how do you
application.
do that? I mean,
It's all e-permitting, go right online, revere.org.
We already we already signed up for an account.
Okay.
You know, we didn't do the permit yet, but.
Yep.
So not to be, so just like take a picture of that.
So you can scan those if you could, and maybe put it on a zip drive. I don't know if you could scan them out. You could take pictures of them.
So maybe if that fits on.
Yeah, it looks like there's a
Yeah,
couple sets
sorry,
there.
I don't even know what's here. So,
I mean, typically we'd like them to be scanned in. If you could do that, attach it to a file and then upload it.
So I guess what I'm asking, you could just, as long as this fits the scanner right here, do you need to see the whole, maybe up to here?
That's fine, as long as the floor plans are there. Yeah, we don't need, we don't need to see the title block. It's,
It's a standard 8.5
Okay,
by 11 by 7.
all right,
Yeah.
I could probably do that, all right.
yeah, it might scan all.
Yeah.
So scan that
So,
in.
so you can actually go over to the building department, we may have the ability to do that as well. We can scan that and attach it to
Do
the
that.
file. If you'd like to go over there for help, you could do so.
Go right over now while
Yeah,
you're here.
you can do
Get it
that.
all
Yep.
uploaded.
Yep.
So once that's done, then what?
Once that's done, the permit application will go in, we'll review it, and you'll be notified through email. Assuming everything's fine, all the documentation's there, we'll approve the permit, and you do the work and then call for your inspections. So in essence, everything is already there, but you still have to have everything permitted. Okay, we have to have the record correct. I'm assuming, I don't know what floor the unit is. Typically, it'd be on the second floor kitchen. that unit has to be legitimized through permits, plumbing, electrical, building, and fire permits. But once you send that in, we can correspond through
Oh,
email.
okay,
to let you know.
then you see
Yeah.
what the next step
Yep,
is.
Yeah.
yep.
So you'll have to get a plumber going in there, make sure
Yep.
everything is up to code. A licensed electrician, make sure everything is up to code. And he'll file a permit for electrical permit. Plumber will file a permit for plumbing permit, make sure everything is up to code, which it probably is. And then sign off by the fire department. And then a building. Go ahead.
Do you have an electrician?
Not at the moment, no.
So make sure you give him a copy, so it's gonna sign off for the fire department, make sure you give him or her a copy of those drawings. Have him lay out what's there for fire alarm system in order of time,
Okay,
okay? And then bring, best bet is to come by our office with those and review it together.
okay. Right. Right.
It's easier than it sounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we should go to the building department and,
You can go over there and apply online over there. We have kiosks outside the office, if you like. All right?
all right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Good luck.
It's all right.
Confusion coming in, I'll get to the building department. All right,
Good luck.
thank you.
Take care.
Bye, Fran.
116 Keeney Street. '25 Campbell Ave.
I have no idea why I'm
Hi,
here.
sir. How are
Well,
you?
I can, not bad. We have a daycare, family daycare for 17 years. I just need business certificate and they send me in here.
Okay.
How many children?
Legally, she have 12, but we just taking 3 right now.
3.
Yeah, just like she have the certificates, like this is the AOC, it's like it's
Yes, 10.
10, I'm sorry.
Big distance when you do it.
But she doesn't take more than 5. Or, no, right now she have 3 kids, that's it.
Yeah. Well, if it's family daycare, it's special permit. If it's regular daycare, it's not. You said you ran a daycare there?
Yeah, for
previous-
17 years.
17 years?
Yeah, 17 years we did that.
That could predate our zoning
And
change.
Yeah,
we did,
yeah.
we have a business certificate for a long time. We come in, we pay for $5.
Yeah.
And she did not, we didn't renew it for like 5 years and they come back and they said.
Okay, so at this point, why don't you come over to the building department? We can check our files and our records. Come over to the building department tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock.
And they did, they looked, they could not find the old one.
Yeah, but I'll check the jacket. You have not spoken to me, sir, so I'll take a look at it. Take a look at it when we come in. Come in tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Okay?
Tomorrow, I'm working tomorrow, I'm taking a day off today.
If you'd like to, you can go over to the building department
4
now.
o'clock?
No, well, you can go after this meeting. I can meet you over there.
Okay.
All right?
Can you just do me a favor and write me your name in here because I go in there like nobody,
Yeah.
like it's.
Okay, what you can do is, just wait over to the building department, and as soon as I leave here, I'll pop
Follow
over.
like this?
Yep, however long it takes, yep.
Sure,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Okay, 222 Bellingham Ave.
Steps.
That's right across the street, American Legion Building, okay?
Gentlemen,
Good morning.
I'm Paul H. and I'm the architect.
Yes.
And I'm Rafael Maris, the owner.
Yep.
Thank you for meeting us today. I didn't make copies for everybody, but
That's fine.
there was a fire last year, and this is what the building currently looks like. It's just a couple of photographs. It's boarded up. The owner, Rafael, has arranged to have a number of the utilities shut off. It's a safe place, and we had a survey done just so you'd see the zoning of the existing conditions. But we'd like to rebuild, and I sketched out some concepts very early on so that I didn't get locked into a plan based on the same footprint. And there's, in keeping with the traditional look of the building. We're going to stick with that. We're
Very
staying
good.
within the envelope. And it's basically a rebuild. I think the challenge for me will be for bringing it up to code, state-of-the-art, and the stairs. A lot of the older houses that happen have non-compliant stairs.
They
So-
took interior stairs?
Yeah, interior stairs.
Yeah.
And I think, and there's a second means of egress I'd really like to put off the deck in the back area. The hope is that you'll see that on my sketch of the first floor plan. The hope is that it will be able to be done so that it's not a longer run of stairs on the driveway side where the cars are, but on the sort of where the neighbor side is. There's a setback of 4.8 currently, and so essentially we're disconnecting things, taking the building down, and then rebuilding it in place. And I can, yeah,
Are you
absolutely.
using the same foundation?
No. My engineer, I had a structural engineer, Roman Guaracino, Carmine, and Ben came out and did an inspection at my request. We went in together. He looked at the framing, the foundation, and he basically is drafting a letter recommending that the building come down. He said, all things can be fixed, but in this instance, since we do want to bring it up to code and make it much safer, as well as legal, he felt that that would be
Yeah,
beneficial.
you do have the ability to reconstruct that non-conforming structure.
But when you get into it, if you feel that you're altering the foundation from what it was, we'll need a certified plot plan existing
Of the
proposed
like
condition.
Like an as-built.
Yeah.
And
But I can tell you, so this is the existing foundation, and you're going to keep that same footprint. So the as-built should reflect what the existing
yeah,
conditions are.
like the funny thing about this process for
Yeah.
me is usually I design something,
Yeah.
and you guys will come out and do an as-built inspection before you release for framing.
Yeah.
In this instance, the building is there, so we really wanted to make sure that the new work and the family's home would be able to be constructed within that footprint. And we're going to super insulate it. We're
Yeah.
looking at other state-of-the-art features, but that's the footprint you're seeing.
But you're tearing out the foundation.
Yeah,
So
it's
when you
gonna
pour the
come.
new foundation walls, you have to make sure that you maintain those same setbacks.
That's the, yeah.
Because if you encroach within anymore,
Yeah,
that'll
you
be a...
cannot increase the
Right.
non-conformity
Yeah,
of it.
right.
If you decrease
Just
the
be aware of that.
non-conforming of it, that's a different story.
Yeah.
If you're proposing that, it depends what you're proposing. So you can decrease the non-conformity of it.
Yeah, one of the questions that I might, it's in that sketch, if you look at that lower level, there's a couple of questions that I have for the group here. Sure. And that is that in the back of the building, there's like a covered deck here that has a nice view of the water through the houses on the street below. And the way I look at it, it would be much easier if you pull in, this is the driveway side, to be able to create a kind of a vestibule underneath that same covered deck. That's really the only footprint change I would propose to make it easier to get into here as opposed to going underneath the deck. So that's what you're talking about, if there is that small footprint change.
Yeah, so I could tell you that that is that the left side
Into the back, yeah.
or the right side?
It's the 11'5" side. It's
Okay.
not
Yeah.
this side.
So that's actually the conforming side. So all you have to do is maintain 10 feet.
10 feet.
So you can add that vestibule if you like.
I mean, that's really the only.
And the rear, you're gonna need 20 feet.
There's plenty of room.
I think
Yeah.
you have room in the rear. The only
So-
place it's tight, and then it's really, this is you come out the deck up above, and that's the stair that I think has. I got to go to my first floor plan. I was trying to do
That's
this.
an exterior stair, correct?
It'll be outside, but it's because of the topography. It's not like a whole run of stairs. I think it's safer and just you come on grade.
Yep, that's fine.
And that's-
It's a means of egress. You
That's
can
the
do that. Yep.
that's the thing that I think
Yeah.
would be great.
That's fine. That's acceptable.
Just maintain the 4.5 right here.
Yeah.
Like the building inspector said, you can go greater than that, 5, 6. Make it more conforming if you want. But you don't want to slide everything over. You want to maintain that wide.
Right, that's in this particular property, like a lot of them up in that area, as soon as you move the building, you get stuck with not enough room for the driveway.
Yeah.
And so I think the two-car parking, the owners want to keep the accessory building in the back as a storage shed for garden stuff and kids' toys and things like that. And so that's not going to be touched. I think we're going to just leave that and reconstruct that as sort of a straight renovation. And I didn't go inside there, but it's there.
It did not get damaged in the fire.
Yeah. And I think the last question for me, for the group, is oftentimes in towns, there'll be, like, how do we permit this if there's a demolition of an existing building and a permit for the construction of a new building?
Well, you would do two separate permits. One is a demolition permit, and then the other one would just be a reconstruction permit.
Can you do them at the same time?
You can.
Keep in mind that prior to your demolition of the building, you have to address the utilities. So this, to me, looks like it's essentially a new, it's on the footprint, but it's new construction, right? So we would be looking for upgrades to the utility services, the water and sewer.
Right.
When it's appropriate, you have to provide a full site plan that will include the utilities and any of the site work that you have. I'm not sure what's there now, but
It's an old building, maybe a lead water service, they have to replace that.
I mean, my guess is it's undersized.
I just did that at my own house. The city came by and replaced the lead.
That's the pipe from the main.
Yeah.
From the street, it's the street connection.
Yeah.
I mean, the water service, if this is an old building, it's probably no more than 3/4. The requirement is an inch minimum.
That's just what I think. That's great.
And then I'm not sure what the condition of the sewer services, but we'll want to take a look at that and
Part of,
address that.
right, part of what we're trying to do is we're looking at the tie-ins, and I think this was just to show you folks where the building sits, locate all the zoning so that it's clear what we're trying to do, and then the utility piece is the next piece. And my sketches are just to give a feel for both the owners and also you folks what we're trying. And I think for everything that we've looked at, we're trying to keep it consistent with what it looks like in the neighborhood and the sort of style of it.
Which is very, very great, very good.
So as far as the demo goes, you have steps you have to follow,
Right.
the shading, and all the things. But you will be able to detail there. And whoever you use to demo the building, I need a safety plan from that person. It's very tight neighborhood, and you need to put in writing how much taking the building down.
So just again, ahead of the demo and the building coming down, whoever your contractor ends up being, they'll have to pull a street opening permit to cut and cap the services ahead of the building coming down.
This is the water and sewer.
Water and
Yeah,
sewer.
so I'm getting 2 estimates right now. I talked to 3 different contractors.
Okay.
And they'll be doing they'll be pulling the permit soon. I think somebody might have been in touch with the water department yesterday.
Okay, but they'll still have to, whoever it is,
Right.
they'll have to provide some detail
Yep.
when they apply for that permit as
Yep.
to what exactly is there, what's, you know,
Yep.
what they're doing. The services, both services need to come out all the way to the main line.
Yep.
And then the new ones will come from the main line.
That's great. Do we come back? I noticed you had given some advice to the person who was before us. Once we get our plans coordinated and finished up, is it straight uploaded to the portal, or do we come before this group one more time?
I don't think there's any, would you like to see it again, Nick? Utilities?
No, so you can upload it and,
To the portal?
yeah, so the review will go through, will be through that portal.
That'd be great. Then I'll get an email or something that says,
Yeah,
oh, you're
so we have
missing.
comments.
So one thing I would like you to do is document the height through a survey.
It's here.
Oh, it is, okay.
That's what I wanted.
Right,
I had my
right.
surveyor go out and I wanted him to do the average grade and the height of the tower. It's this height, because I just wanted, you see he's got a top
Yeah.
ridge
I see some elevation.
and he's got an average grade. And I said, that's what we're working toward.
Yeah. Just
so-
maintain those.
Okay, that's great.
Can I
Thank
ask
you.
one question about the utilities? We are considering geothermal. Is there anything that we need to consider in that process?
You just have to provide, details to the town.
So where the energy from when you put it
In the back.
Yeah. We don't have any borings or any information about that. They're going to do it. They'll probably get some data. We had them look at the old well that was there. that's on site, but I think
It's
it's
not,
only,
it's not
it's not deep enough.
It's only 7
I think
feet.
it's
They
just
can say you can use it for
the
irrigation,
family's
it's
well,
12 inches to
7 or 8
Is
feet.
it a water well?
Yeah.
It's an old one.
It's from
It's an
1899.
old, it's right,
1899.
it's right there.
And the well is only 7 feet deep?
I don't know.
The well is only 7 feet deep.
Yeah.
The-
And there's groundwater
The
there?
contractor
7
came,
feet?
Yeah, there's springs going through there. I mean, that's built, that's a Drummond, it's just glacial till. So to go down for geothermal, you have to go.
they don't need to go down actually because it's very, the system, the other system is very flat, that's my understanding. So they were looking at the well just to see if they can do it through the well, that is a little easier. But because it's only 7 feet, it's not really functional for geothermal. But the system they put in doesn't go that deep, it just goes underground and then it runs around the backyard underneath. Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
that minimum depth is, but they don't go deeper than that. But
This is
is,
around
You have
58.
to show that system on your plan.
do we have to show that as part of the permitting
Yes.
process? Okay, so that's good to know, so that we
I mean, I
advance
get,
that.
you know, in the towns I've worked in before too, the way I like to work is to have everything in one package, not do it piecemeal, so that when you look at it, you know,
Oh, yeah.
your agency or
That
your
will help you
department is
upload.
checking it out and saying, hey, they look good, off they go. And I think that's the planning part on our part of the next month or so. And
So you can do that, I think if you have all of that information all
Pieces.
in your application, then it'll be reviewed by, everybody that needs to be, everybody will be reviewing the same information.
Do you have any idea on how they go horizontal with the geothermal system? I mean, do they have to excavate the whole area, or?
I don't think they, no, I don't
They
think
don't.
they have a funny machine.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like a hand hoe, and then
Yeah.
they drop the thing down. It's like a mold.
wow.
I mean, it really is like a
Wow.
robot mold.
direction.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
that's
It's a funny thing to see. But
Yeah.
the thing is, the last time the clients didn't do it. They hit something.
Ledge, yeah. it's tough.
It was going to cost a lot of money to figure out whether it was ledge or just a big boulder.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no ledge there,
They
it's just all
abandoned it. They
boulders.
just said, you know what, we can't hold it up.
Yeah.
anymore.
That's the thing about.
What? Yeah, I know that. You can just walk up to
The
the,
interface is one of the poles.
right. There's a boulder up at the top of the hill. I just walked up and looked and I go,
So
oh,
I don't know what
Yeah.
how deep their inspection was, but one contractor came on site and looked at it and they thought it would be possible, just not possible to use the well, but we might have to ask them to take a more detailed look. But we're considering it for the energy savings and environmental benefits, and there are significant federal rebates that are in place in 2019 that will fade out going forward, so
It's a good thing to
it
see
seems
if
like
it
if we
works.
didn't consider it now, it just would be a missed opportunity.
Could be the first one. Well, listen, it's the first one on TV. That's what somebody said downstairs. I go, really? Anyway,
You're not considering using that well at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think they have any utilities for us. Do you have any ideas?
It's gonna change the plumbing, because it's not gonna be able to get into our water system. Have to
Yeah.
be backflow prevention and all
Right.
that,
No,
if you plan on using the well.
I think that the way, at least the initial take on the utilities for the water would be to have a traditional system coming in from
Yeah,
the city
absolutely.
water. And then, I've done this on other jobs where a well or a water retention is for the roof runoff, which helps on some of the drainage on the site. And people use it, they can put a pump in for sprinklers or
Yeah.
the kids, whatever it is, and that's an energy savings. And it's just you knock down a building, I don't know how much of that will be there once the equipment comes in, but that was one scenario we talked about to try to use it for just saving water, not using the utility. I don't know if you have separate meters here for sprinkler systems or not. Some towns have split it, sometimes don't. It's tied to the water sewer. But I thought that would be a good use of it.
You just have to make sure you don't have a connection between the two.
Nope, yeah.
Yeah,
It would
you
be
can't have
outside
the well
water.
connected to our
Yeah.
system at all.
Right, standalone.
Be potable, non-potable.
That's it, that's all it is.
Okay, so when you get everything together, you've uploaded what you have here.
I can do that. I uploaded this, but I just didn't upload the sketches. If you want them, I'm happy to do it.
I'd like to have that plan and this to start my file. Do you have another copy of this?
Take that. Yeah. You want the pictures or no?
No, that's fine. Next step is you receive a site plan review report. It will be emailed directly to whoever uploaded this information. Identify the steps that you have to take. and you'll go from there. The next step will be plan review when you submit your detailed building and construction plans for fire department, engineering, and building department review.
So it sounds like then I'm with I'm with the building department and the fire department and
Yeah.
all that. And
Yeah.
this is sufficient as long as I get that upload.
Right, you'll get a site plan review letter based on what you submitted today.
Great.
That'll come to you today,
Terrific.
and you can proceed from there.
Great.
Okay?
All right. Good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Good luck.
Yep.
I'm glad you're reproducing the same architecture of the building.
Yeah, I think we really love that building. It was very painful
I
for us to
know.
realize how big the damage is, actually. And so that the best we can do is recreate it. The finial that's on top,
Yeah.
we're planning to put it back on top to have a connection to it.
I know that structure well. I grew up there, 135 Bellingham Ave, so that's my neighborhood, and I remember that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Glad
It's a
you're
neighborhood,
restoring.
really nice houses there up there. The scale is really nice, so I think up on the hill. So you'll see the next iteration. Thanks.
Okay,
Thank you.
205 Conan Street?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ana Rodriguez, so we just need permits for family childcare.
Is this new, ma'am?
Well, I'm working for 6 months ago, but I don't have more than 2 kids. Because I had 2 kids, my own.
How many children will be,
My lesson is for 6. For right now, I have 4.
you want to expand it to 6?
Yeah. Well, actually, I can expand it to 6 because I had 3 kids. One in 15, one in 7, and one in 4.5 years. So they only give me 6 kids. I only care for.
So 4 is a family daycare,
Yeah.
which requires a special permit in the city of Revere. So you'll have to go to the city council for a special permit for that.
She's got 6, Frank, I think, so her license through the state
Yeah.
allows for 6.
For 6,
Oh,
yeah.
that's just, okay.
Yeah,
I was-
she may, right now, she may only have
4.
being occupied as 4.
Yeah, but you have the capacity to go to 6.
6, yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there are certain requirements that you have to meet, and one of them is parking. So in addition to the parking requirements for your house, what is it, a single family?
A single family.
Yeah, so you need 2 parking spaces for a single family. And you need 1 parking space, I think, what is it, 250 square feet for your daycare.
Okay.
So unless you have a big driveway that can handle 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5 or 6 cars. you
Well,
won't be able to
they
do
never
this.
come in at the same time. Sometimes they only come in 3,
I
sometimes they
understand
only.
that, but our requirements state you still have to provide the parking for that.
Well, I had 3 cars parking.
You have 3.
Yeah. And the family know, the whole family have our cars, so
Yeah.
they come from Uber.
Is the yard fenced in?
Yeah.
Yeah. No pool?
No. I wish.
So, I mean, you won't be able to meet the parking requirements, so that presents a problem. You may have to go to the ZBA then for a variance for the parking, to run a daycare facility out of that house. So, I mean, unfortunately, based on if you can provide us with a parking plan, plot plan showing your property and your driveways, how many cars you can fit, we'll look at that, and then, based on that, we'll either
Somebody
deny it.
come to check at the house and they gotta let me know, you know, I don't have experience in this, so can you explain it to me how can,
I don't know, we can pull it up and take a look at it. Oh, you don't have, So, what I would suggest is you have a plan put together showing your parking, your house and your driveway. Submit it to us, and we will have, if you don't meet the requirements, we'll have to formally deny you. And then you can take the next step by going to the ZBA and seeking a variance.
so what can I do right now?
Right now, you can't do anything. This is for a new daycare, correct?
Yeah.
So they send you, the state sends you to the city to make sure you meet the city requirements. In this respect, you do not. So unfortunately, we're going to have to deny you for your request. And you can take that denial to the ZBA and try to get a variance, relief from parking for the daycare. So that takes time. That could take
How
4 to
long?
6 weeks.
Wow,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do, then stop to work?
Well, you'd be in violation of our zoning requirements for running a daycare. Then you would be shut down. You don't want that to happen.
Are you serious?
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to apply the ordinances.
Oh my God, I work with this for my kid. That's the only job I have.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see anything in here that could help you.
Please, because I can't stop, I have the other families. Because the other families working too, so I care the kids. If I might hold I'll work with the agency, if I might go to the agency, I'll be close to daycare for 6 weeks, they gotta be taking away the kids, and then I'm gonna have to apply again for the agency. And gotta be at least wait for like probably 8 months for they can send the kids. That's not really easy. Please.
Maybe you could provide a parking plan that shows what you have for parking.
Yeah, but
So you're gonna need a registered land surveyor to take a look at it and see what you have for
my,
parking.
I don't rent the house, it's my husband's house.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I have to do that?
To get a survey, basically, it's something similar to what
Like
he's
that?
got, yes.
Where am I get
Show-
that?
Yeah, it shows parking,
Yeah,
so you need a plan like this that shows the parking.
where am I get that?
So you need to talk to a registered surveyor. So we have a list of local surveyors that we can provide to you. Or you can find any surveyor that you want and you could, talk to them about, having a plan put together for it. So it's up to you if you wanna, leave an email.
I wanna-
I can send you the list.
Oh, you can write down behind here, that's not a problem.
Do you need this?
No, I have all the one, this is a copy. Yeah,
Hey, why don't you just write down your email? The other thing is you can go to, the city website and we have a list of where you can get it.
I can do my own.
Yeah, you can just put whatever your email address is, I'll have my clerk email over to the list. But you can find your own survey too.
One per
It's
200.
up to you.
Oh, 200.
That's fine, I have, it doesn't,
Gmail.
yeah.
If it's a commercial structure.
All right, why don't you try to get that and then come back and we can take a look at it.
So, what am I have to do right now? I have to call to the parents, come to pick up the kids right away, they coming off for 6 weeks.
Well, why don't you wait till, let's see what you get on the plan and let's see what you have for parking.
So,
She only has 2 parking spaces, what I can
Right, so-
understand.
the driveway, and it's one in the driveway and 2 in front to the house.
Yeah, we don't allow parking in front of, oh, you mean on the street?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the street.
They don't count.
Oh, gonna come, oh, I don't
It
even
has to
know.
be on the property.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So you have one
I'll send you
space.
the list of surveys.
please, yeah, because I can close the daycare and say to the parents, I can do that one no more. What other option I have?
So once we're done here, I'll send it over to you.
Okay,
And then you go down the road and plan that and come back.
okay,
Take a look at it.
okay. Please try to help me. I don't wanna close the daycare. I wanna try to do the best thing I can because that's the only job I have.
Okay.
So you think,
Get that plan and then we can come back
okay, you
and take a
think I
look at
have
it.
options?
No, you're gonna have to seek relief through the ZBA, because you don't meet the parking. You only have 1 parking space on your property. You need actually 2 for the single family, and you need 1 for every 200 square feet of your daycare area. So if you, say your daycare area is 200 square feet, where you use the whole house or you have a
No,
room?
no, half.
Like the basement area?
No, my living room.
Your living room?
My
Okay.
living room and
Which
I
is
have,
probably one spot.
Which is
Yeah.
probably 1 space. So
Yeah.
you really need 3 parking spaces. So submit a plan to us.
yeah, do that for me. I gotta be figured out. Okay. All right, thank you.
All right.
After this, okay, and then I'm have to make an appointment and they come to check my house.
Yeah, so then you need to talk to one of the surveyors.
Okay.
Let's have,
Okay.
have them, come up with a plan.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay?
And thank you for your help.
Good luck.
Yes, need it. Thank you.
Okay, 283 Cushman Ave.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, this was the day nursery
Oh,
up there,
yeah, yeah.
Cushman Avenue. They changed it to a,
It's a real
okay, yeah.
I think they got
There was a
special
standing
permit,
sign there
yeah.
before.
Yeah, there was a standing accessory sign.
Yes,
Ben,
Yes.
self-contained.
I actually walked this place today.
Yeah.
It was great inside, also, it was painting finishes, those were like.
Yeah, I don't think there was even a permit, great, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
These aren't backlit or lit or anything, are
It
they?
is inside lit, but the only thing that lights up is the lettering. The rest is blocked out.
Okay.
And it's gonna have a solar panel that's self-contained, and
I
it's
see.
gonna light up
So
only
is it
till.
low
This is like
lighting?
really low lighting, and it's gonna light up till like a couple hours after dusk.
Yeah, okay.
Not really big
All right.
deal.
So this is on both sides or one side?
Both sides.
You mean the face, sign face on
Yeah,
both sides,
it's
yeah.
both sides.
just one sign or?
Yeah, just one side.
Is it the same size sign that was there before?
Exactly the same size.
Okay,
It's a 6x3.
okay.
You're gonna remove the sign that's on the fence over on.
Yes, yes.
Oh, is there a sign?
No, it's not a sign, there's a banner there saying that it's coming.
Oh, so
Coming
that's
soon.
temporary, okay.
That's temporary.
Okay.
I'm trying to use the same
Straight-
poles, as
straight
the
sign
same
permit.
poles are there.
Yeah.
And recover them, this is gonna be aluminum.
Okay,
Okay.
straight permit.
Permit for a sign, yeah. Fly
Okay,
online.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck.
I already applied, so what do you need to do?
Apply for a building permit now, sign permit. This is, I think, did you apply for,
Yeah.
okay, well, we'll take a look at it,
Okay,
all right?
all right, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
419 Lee Burbank Highway.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Unfortunately, I only brought one. It's just a bird's eye view of the property.
Okay,
I asked for the pop lot to show to you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna gain.
what are you proposing, sir?
I'm trying to start a parking fly.
Okay, so let me, this area is zone general business, and parking flies we only allow in what's called the TED district,
Right.
and only by special permit of the city council. So the use you're proposing is not allowed on this property.
Right.
It's a commercial parking lot, it's not allowed in general business zones. Okay.
Anyway, we haven't given like the zoning area. Just like to start with, if I can find out.
Yeah, you can go to the, you can either go online,
Yep.
check out the city zoning map, or you could go to the city clerk's office. Go right down to city clerk's office zoning map, and you're looking for a district called TED.
TED.
Yeah,
All right.
that's the only place it's allowed. Okay?
If you want also down, outside the engineering department, there's a full-size map hanging on the wall.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay. Okay, that's it. All right, that concludes the site plan review committee meeting for June 25th.